After the Norfolk Southern train derailment in 2023, a settlement was reached between the federal government and Norfolk Southern to cover cleanup costs and provide health monitoring. But after independent tests revealed dangerous contamination is still in the area, a federal judge has raised new questions. Attorney Mindy Bish and the class action lawsuit against Norfolk Southern joins us now to break it all down. Mindy, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Now, back on April 9th, this is 2024, we're talking about a $600 million settlement was resolved. Are residents able to withdraw from that now because of the new independent study results, or no?
Well, that's the class action settlement, I think, that you're talking about. And so they have gotten checks. They're far less than what they were promised. And so those who opted in have been able to get at least some of their checks, and they've been able to cash them, even though they're for a third of what they thought they were going to get.
So then they can opt into this other one, because they're totally separate?
Yeah, no, the federal lawsuit is the United States and the state of Ohio both sued Norfolk Southern. The United States entered into what's called a consent decree that the judge had refused to sign because he had questions about whether that consent decree was adequate. So what he allowed is he allowed us to enter that lawsuit on behalf of some of the clients that we had in East Palestine in order to show that things were not as good as everyone was making it seem, and that the health monitoring and the testing and the cleanup were not adequate, so that we could get better results for the people of East Palestine and the people of Pennsylvania and the surrounding areas of Ohio.
So after people began getting sick, independent testing showed there were dangerous levels of contamination. Why has it then taken almost 2 years for the court to finally see it?
Well, the court did see it. The court saw the FOIA requests and some of the testing results in July of 2024 and asked both the United States government and the state of Ohio whether or not they were going to present this new evidence to the court. And both the United States and the state of Ohio have declined to present this new evidence to the federal judge. And that's what necessitated our getting involved, is because we just said, okay, we will present it to the court. The court can't just go get it itself. It has to have a party to present it. And so we're going to present that evidence along with the evidence of August of 2025, and then more recently, February of 2026, to show the contamination levels.
Well, whistleblower testimony is also continually dismissed. Can you talk to me about what changed?
Well, the court was interested in the whistleblower testimony. That's what changed. This federal judge seems open to hearing all of the testimony, all of the information. That doesn't mean he's going to believe it all. That doesn't mean that it's going to change the outcome. It just means that for the very first time, the people who are most affected and those who have been trying to ring the alarm bell are going to have their day in court.
And now that a federal judge has agreed to listen and review all this evidence, talk to me about what the next steps in this case are.
Well, in the federal case, hopefully the next steps are to get more cleanup, better cleanup, basically. Better cleanup in East Palestine, the surrounding areas, in Pennsylvania, in the streams and river areas, and an admission that it's not cleaned up. It's also better medical monitoring and medical care for the people who have been gravely affected, and hopefully some sort of medical care for the people who are devastatingly sick. We all know that, one diagnosis of cancer can wipe you out with the copays and everything else involved. And so we're looking for that kind of medical care, which we can look for in this federal case that has been filed.
Okay, Mindy, we'll be following all of the developments that come out of this case. Thank you so much for joining us on 21 News at 5.
Thank you for having me.